Hello and welcome to this episode of Women in Retail Talks. This episode features an interview originally recorded by Women in Retail Leadership Circle's sister brand, Total Retail, and published on the Total Retail Talks podcast. Total Retail's executive editor, Joe Keenan, interviews Susan Beckett, Vice President of Digital, Direct Marketing, and E-commerce at Lovesac, a furniture retailer known for creating beanbag chairs and adaptable couches. Listen as Beckett discusses Lovesac's data challenges and how the brand solved them to develop one-to-one customer relationships. This episode was recorded live at CRMC 2019 in Chicago. And now, on to the show.
Thanks for joining me, Sue.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So first, why don't you tell our audience briefly about Lovesac for those that aren't familiar with the brand?
Sure. So Lovesac is a furniture company that was founded in 1995 by Sean Nelson while he was sitting in his parents' basement eating Captain Crunch and watching The Price is Right, and decided that he wanted to make the biggest and most comfortable beanbag chair without beans. And so he went about his task and did so. And interestingly enough, when he created one for himself, all of his friends wanted them.
Yep.
And so Lovesac was started. Their first store was in Salt Lake City, Utah, where Sean is from, and was selling Sacs for a while. And then in 2007, came out with a new product platform called Sactionals, which is modular furniture. Okay. And basically this furniture, is designed for life and designed for family. It's based on two pillars, designed for life and built to last and designed to evolve. Okay. And it's modular furniture. Basically, with a seat and a side, you can create any configuration of a couch that you like. The covers are washable and changeable, and we have over 250 covers to choose from. And so basically what we say, and our research has told us, is that for every Sactional we sell, we save 4 couches from the landfill. Okay. Because people can add pieces, change covers. You can even change a cushion on one seat if it, sags at a certain point. And so, we really are trying hard to be a sustainable company. The covers are made from recycled plastic bottles, and we're continuing to evolve on the product.
So you mentioned the first store in Salt Lake. Was the company born online, though?
No, it was actually born, through a store. Now we call our stores showrooms because we don't hold any inventory. Okay. It's all direct to consumer. But we have 80 retail showroom locations that are, really successful because we do a lot of demos in there. And then, a lot of people go into a showroom, get a quote, and, finish their purchase online. Yep. And so that's why we really want to be omni-channel.
Yeah, so that's a good lead into this next question. And you're going to talk a little bit about this in your presentation today. But, so as that omni-channel brand now with showrooms and direct-to-consumer online, that presents some challenges in connecting seamless experiences for your customers. Can you talk about the challenges you faced at Lovesac trying to create those seamless omni-channel experiences?
Sure, yeah. Our biggest challenge was not having clean data and having our data in disparate places. And so the data that a showroom associate would see would potentially be different than the data that our customer love, we call them customer love, customer service team would see. And so one of the biggest challenges was making sure that we could get our data in one place so that everyone was actually looking at the same thing. Especially when you've got customers and you want them to rebuy, you want to make sure that you're talking to them in the right way.
Yeah. So that's customer data then. How does that factor into the solutions that you're putting in place to kind of address the challenges that you just mentioned, kind of disparate sources of data, lack of integration between channels?
First thing that we had to do was create a data warehouse. And so we knew that this data warehouse, having clean data in one place, was going to actually be able to function as the conduit for different systems, right? And so right now, that data warehouse, we have it in a really good place, and that data is powering other things. And so our CRM system, we're going to be we work with Redpoint right now, and Redpoint is utilizing the data warehouse, the clean data that's in there to power the CRM software.
Yeah, so now you have this data in one place, easily accessible, clean data. What kind of steps have you taken then to try to obtain a single view of the customer? You mentioned that customer is going back and forth potentially between channels. Can you walk us through that a little bit?
Sure, it's been a really interesting process because a single view of the customer is not the same depending on who you ask. And so what my thought process was for single view of the customer and how we would use it for marketing purposes and customer service purposes was different than how the retail teams were going to use single view of the customer. So what was really important was for us to meet regularly with many different facets of the company and to really understand and take time to understand what single view of the customer meant to different people and different groups. It's actually still an ongoing process for us, and we're still making sure that we kind of try and meet everyone's needs, because the last thing that we want to do is implement the CRM software and the CRM system and not have 75% of the people that need to use it.
Yeah. From your perspective and on the marketing side of things, what does that single view mean to the marketing team? What's it enabled you to do?
So we're still working on it. So we are probably going to be implementing it in the next month to 6 weeks. But for me, there's a lot of things because I oversee not only digital marketing, I oversee e-commerce and customer service. And so how we'll utilize that data will probably be slightly different for each of those groups. We're obviously, for digital advertising, we're going to be utilizing all of the marketing data that we've got for our customers and for people who are browsing and have given us their email address because they've gotten maybe a quote in a showroom and things like that, and we'll market to them using that data. On the customer love side, they're going to be going in when people call, either if they have a customer service issue that they need to help out with, or if someone calls and actually wants to order a product, they'll have more information on, do they have an outstanding quote? Can they upsell them? Yeah. Things like that. And so different groups really are going to be using it in different ways.
So then this probably is going to be a similar answer, but when you look at potential business benefits from having this single view, this CRM tool at your disposal, I guess it depends on departments, but what are some of the things that you envision as potentially being possible now and really the benefits you're able to reap?
Yeah, one of the biggest things that I want to hopefully be able to take advantage of with the information is to start using machine learning. And so we really haven't been able to do a lot of that because the data wasn't really clean. Now that we have clean data and a system to be able to model it, I'm really looking forward to being able to personalize experiences much more than we are today. We try and do what we can, and I think we're okay, but I think that having this system is really going to be able for us to get to a more one-to-one relationship with not only our customers, but the people who have come to visit a showroom or come to visit the website.
Yeah, I was going to ask, personalizing the experience, and that could be across email, social, in-store, on the site.
Everywhere, omni-channel, right? Yep. So yeah, I think the showroom associates will be able to deliver a personalized experience because they'll have that information in that background. And then, we'll be able to use that information in all of our advertising, in our email communications, in customer service conversations, in everything. So I'm really excited about that.
And then my last question, Sue, is kind of looking ahead a little bit, for the rest of the year, and then we move into holiday. What does Lovesac have planned to improve its digital and direct marketing efforts?
Mm-hmm. So we kind of have this cult weird following, amazing following on social media, and we really lean into social. So we'll definitely be doing more of that. We'll be taking more advantage of some of the new features and functionality that Facebook and Instagram have. We're going to be expanding our presence on Pinterest, which we're really excited about because we really think that's going to be like the next big thing for us. And then we are still leaning into national TV. We've had great success with it. And around our kind of our tentpole events, Labor Day, holiday, Memorial Day.
Yep.
And so continue to lean into that pretty heavily, especially as we grow showrooms.
Great. Well, I want to thank Sue Beckett of Lovesac for joining me today here at CRMC. Thanks, Sue.
Thanks so much, Joe.
Thanks for listening. For more information on this podcast, please check out our podcast channel page at wirlc.com/podcast for show notes. Women in Retail Talks is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. Make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a few moments to rate and review. Thanks, and until next time, this has been Women in Retail Talks.